How's it going, Kyle? Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I got you.
Um, Looking at the trade 1119 on the hammer on NQ. Um, I was wondering because what I did is I waited for the pullback at 1125 and then I got involved.
Yeah.
Um, do you think it would have been better to take that trade right off the hammer?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So when you have the spring, when you have a really good spring setup like we did here, uh the speed at which you enter, like the area in which you enter is going to be important simply because it's that initial burst which is going to have the most edge. Like look how it really exploded. And then this is good, but not nearly the same type of momentum, right? It's just kind of drift higher. So the drift higher is nice, especially because we had that 15-minute candle on our side. But look at these two bars, like these two bars right through here, talking about 25 up into almost 45. So it's like 20 points right off the bat. So I would recommend, as you're getting more and more into the Wyckoff Spring type of setup, work on getting a tighter entry. Like once
Gotcha.
Yeah, once you have some confirmation that it's working, get in, get in, get in
Okay.
there.
I was a little bit hesitant because it made a new low.
Yeah,
So I was a little bit hesitant about that one. And also on the second one, the one around noon. I know you was in training around there.
yeah,
That one as well. Um, I did take the short of VWAP though, all the way down to 17,400, and I called it a day.
nice. You caught this move right here.
Yes.
Oh man, that's like 70 points. Nice work.
Yeah.
Nice
So
work.
yeah, what I've been doing is anytime it hits a level of interest, I like to see a little pullback. But yeah, it's understood. I understand now that the reason why it was a spring. So
Yeah, the spring. So I mean, I just think the entry is so important here. Um, Basically, what I like to see on this is ideally I have a reference point, if not a level of interest. And so this level down here is the overnight low. And again, I was looking for a little bit of a blip below that overnight low, grab that liquidity that's sitting down there so I can then trade the spring. But what I had to do instead was use the overnight low as support and then use this prior session low as the spring entry. And so once this candle's in, I'll pretty much put my limit by like one tick above the prior low, right? So I'm long, and then obviously, stop is going to be down here. If done correctly, you're going to get that explosive move up away from that level. Because think about it like this: you have stops that are being, I mean, this is the premise of the trade. You have stops that are being triggered down here from anyone that's long from earlier, and then you have momentum chasers that are chasing the short. And so once this recovers that prior low, both of those individuals, the chasers are gonna get stopped out, and then most likely whoever got stopped out here is going to be adding back, right? So you get these big type of moves. That's why I always this got to be one of my favorite setups. And the way to think about it again, if that is not resonating, it's just like a trap. It's like a little trap. And so anytime price is setting a little trap, you're usually going to get those big explosive moves. So if you can just work on identifying who's trapped here, or do I have some type of trap being set, you can expect a move like this, right?
gotcha. I just gotta practice that a little bit more often.
Yeah. And I've mentioned it a bunch of times, but it's worthwhile to revisit the charts after the close and just spend some time annotating the chart, like screenshot it, mark it up, get all your what I do is I usually screenshot like the whole grid, or at the very least the 1 minute or 2 minute and then the 15-minute side by side. So I can have kind of a context clue on the 15-minute So you can see that overnight low over here. And then marking up, even if you're not in the trade, just marking up how you could have entered. All right, we enter through here with a limit buy, first target, maybe through here, we see that lower high, then VWAP, and then session highs. And again, it's like an athlete playing back tape or watching game tape, anything like that. It just helps the pattern recognition. And that's a very, very underrated exercise for traders.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I think I took that same trade, Kyle, but in the higher low on ES around 50-50.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's nice.
But closer, yeah, right where your cursor is now off of that higher low.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, for me, like, again, I'm still just kind of processing that trade, but with that 10 a.m. blip and then the previous day's low basically aligning perfectly, and then that, I guess that red hammer that came down and just kind of took the little bit of liquidity, and then the doji, it was like, is this going to go? Is it not? And then you're right, like it just exploded away. And I'm like, don't chase this, just wait for a lower high. And then it just happened at 50-50. So I think I put my limit buy just above that doji at 50-50.
Right there, here, yeah.
Yeah, and then I just like, holy crap, this worked. And I just sold it, and I was just happy that it worked.
Oh, that's great. That's pretty much the same trade that Benny was in there. Yeah, I encourage you both to focus on getting a tighter entry near the low. Is nothing to be afraid of, right? You get the signal bar. In this case, ES did not actually undercut. Oh, did it? Yeah, it did. It did undercut by a tick here, which is nice. So you have a technical spring right through there, and you can just set your limit buy right above that prior green bar right through there, right? Stop is down here.